After the massive sell-off yesterday, SMCI is actually up 1.2%, but I opened up a put position. And in this video, I want to share with you guys why. I want to talk about the pattern that showed itself, why I went with the position that I actually went with, and not for you guys to be able to follow this. I have no idea if I'm going to be right or wrong here, and I honestly don't care, but I want to share with you guys my thought process before taking a trade. And more importantly, was something that's as volatile as SMCI. So let's take a look. The very first thing I want to talk about is my reasoning for going short. What you're going to see here is a 1 hour chart. And what we're looking for is called a break of structure. Break of structures occur when key resistances and supports are taken out. You're going to notice that 80% of the time at the top right side of your screen, over about 1,1200, I should say, of these patterns that we've seen, 853 of them have been correct, and 326 of them have been wrong. So while that is a very high win rate, I think it's about 76, 77%, we can still lose. And that occurs, right? Last time we saw a pattern to the upside, we actually ended up losing money on it. That's fine. I want to push that more than anything to you guys, because the biggest issue I see in the market is that people can't afford to take losses. The reason they can't afford to take losses is not because they don't have enough money. It's because they're trading with too much money relative to their account. Your trades, if it's an options trade, should never be more than 5% of your capital. This trade for me is about $79,000, which is a lot of money. But relative to my money and relative to just how much I'm up this year, it's very, very small. And that is honestly what makes me so freaking good at what I'm doing, is because I'm trading with such a small amount of capital. Now, it wasn't always like this, right? You start relative. If you're somebody who has 10 grand and you can't take $500 positions in options because it costs too much, then save more money or trade a different asset that has a lower premium. Because if you try to take the shortcut and you say, oh, well, that's nice, your risk requirements are great for you because you have more capital, you're just going to lose money. So it's better to save it and just actually trade with proper risk management than to trade without proper risk management and lose your ass. Because even with something that has such a big win rate like we're seeing here, you're going to lose. Imagine if you look at this. Imagine if you went long here. You said there's an 80% chance that we're going to make money. You went long here. This was earnings, but it's a 16% drop. Then you went short here and you actually had a 10% move against you. That is 26% against your account. If that went in with everything that you had and you went in with options, you would easily lose it all. So that's not what we're trying to do here. Now, the actual reason that we ended up going short, price is trading underneath the 1 hour market bias. When price is trading under the market bias, it is bearish. That's the first thing. We're dictating the trend. The second thing we have to do is dictate the mode. There are 3 of them. One is called capitulation. It's when the stock is selling off. One is called an impulse. It's when the stock is running, or an expansion. The third is called a consolidation or a compression. You'll notice that this is a compression. Price can compress sideways. Price can also compress in the opposite direction, but then usually sells off once again. This is called a bear flag. And this is why we're trading SMCI to the downside. You're going to notice that when we broke the support of 513, we ended up getting this short opportunity. If we go in short here with puts, we set a stop loss up at $520 because that would be filling the gap. Then we take our profits down at about 390, really 370. This is going to give us a 1-to-1 risk versus reward. Now, for some of you who have been trading for a while, you're like, dude, a 1-to-1 RVR, that's not that crazy. If you have an 80% success rate, that is very, very good, right? Don't overthink it. You don't need to be one of these people who taking the 10-to-1, 12-to-1 sniper shot, full port the account. Like, no, you don't need to do that. If you're literally taking 5% position sizes in options or 10 to 15% in shares, and you're keeping your proper risk down, and you're playing a strategy that has a 75 to 80% win rate with a 1-to-1 RVR, you will make money. You will. The only thing that's going to stop you from making money is one of 3 things. 1, you don't stop out when you should. You don't take profit when you should. And the third is you trade with too much money. Those are the only 3 ways that you will lose with a winning strategy like this. That's it. And it's funny because that is a lot harder than you would expect. What makes trading and investing so hard is just doing the shit that you say that you're going to do. I made a post earlier and I said that if you cannot go to bed on time, how do you expect that you're going to be a profitable trader? Because trading is just sticking to the things that you say you're going to do. So if you say you're going to stop out and you don't stop out, you're not going to fare well. If you say you're going to take profit, you don't take profit, not going to fare well. If you start over leveraging and using too much of your capital, you're not going to do well. Doesn't matter how great of a strategy you have. So I hope this video helps, guys. We'll see what happens with this. If you guys want to learn my strategy, all of our courses are completely free. Link is in the description. You can learn all of the indicators, all of my specific settings, how to trade options, and really the top 10% of everything I've learned in the past 9 years that only matters. And if you want to trade with me every day live, get access to all of my real-time alerts and our private academy, live stream with me and the team, and actually learn how to trade in a very simple manner, join the private academy. Links in the description.